back, y'all. Hey. So I am back with another video. This is Latoya, and I wanted to do, actually, I don't know if I like these lights the way it is, but we're gonna record anyway. But I wanted to do a quick video with you guys. I have some notes on my phone, that's why I am carrying it, but holding it, I should say. But I wanted to do a video on, what type of video I want to do? I'm gonna do my most embarrassing moments. Now, keep in mind that they're not gonna go in order. I just pretty much just was thinking about this, so I may have to go back and connect with them. So just keep that in mind. Keep in mind that I may ramble a little, but for the few that I can think of, I have part 2. I'll make another video. But I wanted to talk about my most embarrassing moments since I'm in my, how old am I? Don't want to take out the truth. Oh no. In my whole life, okay? So the first thing that I could think of was the 2 incidents, the 2 snowstorms that I was in. So 2 different occasions. It was one time that I was coming home from work after snow. This was the first time that I had drove in snow. Was it? I don't think it was the first time I drove in snow. And I was coming back home, and I ended up sliding. Now, if you knew me before, okay, if you knew the single me, okay, I had, my first car was this red Suzuki, okay. She was mine. I loved her. She loved me, and she was real good to me for the time that I had her, okay. But I didn't really, the car was kind of shady, okay, but it was mine, and it was my first one. So like I said, I never knew how to drive in snow. I got help by permit test, so I didn't really read the book, to be honest with you. And I bypassed the lesson for driving. So at this particular moment, for previous videos, you know that I haven't really learned a lot other than like books, you know, school stuff. But other than that, like, I'm not really good at this. So the fact that I have my license is a miracle. Okay. So anyway, if it wasn't a permit book, I don't know. I didn't read it. So I wasn't 100% aware of how to drive in the snow. So I go and get in the car. You know, we got out early that day because the snow was really bad. So I'm driving down the road, and I want to think it was a stoplight, if I remember correctly. And I stopped, or maybe I was trying to slow down, something of that nature, child. But I didn't want to go anymore. That was the point. Okay, I didn't want to go anymore. So either I was trying to slow down, or I stopped, and the car slid all the way into the opposing lane, and I did a whole 360. I almost felt like I saw Jesus, okay? Actually, I didn't really know Jesus at that time, so I don't know who I was going to see, okay? To be honest with you. But that was probably the scariest moment. People just kept driving. That's how I knew.
You ain't gonna do shit.
Ciao. Okay. People kept driving, and there was this one old couple that came and asked if I was okay, if I needed help. And thank God for them. But that was probably like one of the most scariest incidents that I have been through. So that was snow that my car slid, and like it was shady, so my tires weren't good or anything like that. But I'm not really sure why nobody didn't tell me that. That's the thing that you need, okay? I just thought the car ran, it was good. I didn't know that, y'all. I was very clueless at the time. So fast forward to, I still had the car. So it had to be within the next, you know, year or so. Child probably was in the same season. Okay, probably was in the same season. I was actually coming back from either a job interview, or I was coming back from work, and my car did the same exact thing, and it slid. It was actually black ice this time, and I didn't know what that was. So I was driving down, and at that time, I guess people were kind of aware that it was slippery, and me just cruising, speeding actually, if you want to really call it what it is. And I happened to try to go to a stop, and then I slid. I didn't go into the next lane, but I slid around the whole, like, you know, if it was 2 or 3 lanes, child, I hit all 3 of them, okay? And I happened to slow down. I think I saw Jesus at that time as well. And the cop came and told me, you know, pretty much cussed me out. But he let me go, and I vowed that I would never drive in snow again. So I don't drive in the snow. Actually, I lied. Speaking of snow, so I had to work. This happened this year. So I would try really hard not to drive in the snow. So the one day I decided to drive in the snow was when we had another snowstorm a few months ago. And this time I didn't slide anyway, y'all, because I can't take another slid. I cannot. Okay, I cannot take another slid. I don't know how to skate, and I don't want to learn in a car. Okay, so I went to work, and it started to snow. I came out, which was crazy. I really stretched gas out, like really. Number one, I don't like pumping gas, and number two, I don't like going to the gas station. I just don't like it. You know, if I can just wait for somebody to do it for me, I would just rather that. So this particular moment, I think I had left my card at home. Something happened, but child, I didn't have any money, okay? And I had to go ask for a coworker for some, like, I think I asked her for $10 to get gas. I went to the gas station before they closed, before the snow came, parked my car out front, and was like, I'm ready for this. I'm ready to conquer this. So later on, it started to snow, and they let us go early. So my 2 daughters were over at my sister's house at that time, or my mom's house, one of them. They was over there, and the baby still went to daycare because I still had to go to work. So we got out early, and the traffic was backed up so bad, you guys. I was in traffic for probably a good 5 or 6 hours. Thank God that somebody was able to get the baby from daycare. But I sat there. I didn't slide, like I said, thank God. I can't deal with another one. But I did sit in traffic for a very, very long time. A very long time. And it was a mess. That was horrible. And it just so happened that, like, right off the highway, it's a little hill. So trucks kept trying to go up, and they kept sliding down and getting stuck. So they had to, like, move the truck. But it was so much traffic backed up that people were just sitting there for such a long time. And I was able to leave when it was morning still, and I didn't get home until almost night. And I didn't get to actually pick up my daughter until it was almost nighttime. So that was like a horrible thing. To be honest with you, I say that all to say, like, I just hate snow. So I love fashion, okay, and when it's cold, but I dread the weather. And I thank God that I had the opportunity now that I can work for myself, because you won't see me outside, okay? Not if I have to. I just can't do snow. So that was one incident. Then there was another incident that happened, another embarrassing moment. Number 4 was a time that I went to the grocery store. It was a grocery store right across the street from my job, in the same little, like, complex, not complex, what is it called? What are they called? Not community, what are they called? The same old center? Is that what they're called? Child, in the same area, okay? So it's like they ran out a whole big lot, and they put businesses in it. So it was a grocery store right across the street, and I went over there to get a money order. Maybe I got some food, child. I don't know. I went there for something, and it was a money order, because I remember standing there, and I remember, like, telling him, like, this is the amount, whatever I need, and I dropped my husband's keys on the floor. Now, this may not be a lot to you guys, but he had one of the keys that had everything built inside of it, which I'm not sure why they thought that was a good idea. But now I know I hate those keys. So everything was built inside of it. So it was just one key for everything, just one whole thing for everything. So I dropped it on the floor, and I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, okay. Ooh. All right. A lot of pieces. Okay. So I got the money order, right? I got the money order, and after I was done, I looked on the floor and I said, we're gonna put this together. Okay. I didn't know all of this was inside. So I picked up all the pieces I could, but I just knew in my heart that I could put this thing together. I just knew it. I just said, this can't be this complex. Child, it sure was. So he had to come get I don't even think we even used, I don't think Uber or anything was even available at the time. Was it? For a very long time, a lot of people couldn't find my job when you put it in the GPS. But I don't remember how he even got there to me. But he tried to get the key, it just wouldn't turn on. That the car just would not turn on. We end up just getting like the actual metal part. The car wouldn't turn on, so it had to get towed. Come to find out that to make a new key was about like $300. And on top of that, to get the engine and everything needed to be reset, that was like another $500. So all in all, child, car's gone. Like the key. Okay. All right. So I want to talk about my falling incidents. I had 2 incidents. I had one recently, and I was really pissed. I don't know, somebody had pissed me off, and it was snowing. I don't like the snow get me when I'm in the car. It get me when I'm outside. The snow always gets me, so I just expect something to happen to me when it starts to snow. This particular day, somebody had pissed me off and they had left. So a lot of times it's like when we're rushing, we rush for every single thing. We rush everywhere. And everybody was already outside, so I was the last one to come out. And I don't know what I was mad about. I mean, that's besides the point. It doesn't really matter. I had a good reason to be mad, okay? And I guess I didn't know that it was slippery outside. And I fell, okay? I fell really hard. And the thing about it, like, this may not be a lot to you guys, but have you ever been in a situation where you're pissed at something else and then you just fall? Or like something just like to put icing on top of the cake, put the cherry on top. Something happened. It's just like, I can really kill somebody right now. So that's how I felt in that particular moment. Another incident that I had years prior, I was pregnant with somebody, child, because I have so many. I was pregnant with one of them, child. And I was going into church, and I know that when it comes to me, I wear heels all year round, okay, y'all? All year round, pregnant or not, up until this baby comes out, I'm wearing my heels, okay? So it was snowing. I didn't want to wear the heels inside the church. I figured that I would just keep them in my hand, and I'm going to just slide them on once I get inside the church, because I was pregnant, so I couldn't do all that. I had Uggs on, walking inside the church, and I said, "Oh, everybody, I got this. It's a little ice. I have Uggs on though, so I'm supposed to be okay." Why did I fall? With Uggs on, pregnant. No, like, how does that happen? So that pissed me off. That pissed me off. I can walk in heels like there's no tomorrow when I am 9, 10, 11 months pregnant, okay? Because, child, it feels like I am. When you have when you have a child back to back, I've been pregnant for 3 years, okay? All right? So, for me to be able to still walk in these heels up until I am big as a house and not fall, but I fall on somebody's ice and some Uggs? Think about that just really just pisses me off. It really does. All right, so my next embarrassment, I don't know what number I'm on right now. So, an incident recently that I had, this is embarrassing. Everything is embarrassing. Everything is embarrassing. So, another incident that happened was when I was, we were in Philly for the wedding, and we were driving around somewhere. That's when I had just finished getting my hair done, and I had to use the bathroom so bad, y'all. And if you know me, you know I do not do bathrooms. I don't do public bathrooms. I don't do people's bathrooms. I just don't like bathrooms, okay? So if I can hold it until I go home, I would do that. And that's why I hate being pregnant, because you can't hold that stuff in. But anyway, we go, that's the one, I mean, I say I hate, okay? That's one of the downfalls of being pregnant. You can't hold your urine in. So anyway, we in Philly, right? So it's probably like, at this point, it's like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I have to go to the bathroom really bad. I've probably been holding it in all day at this point, since we left the city, okay? So we go in, we leave, and I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom. I have to go to the bathroom, and all these places are closed. Or they're open, but you can't physically get in to use the bathroom or anything. So I told my husband to park. I said, just park. I gotta do what I have to do. There was no cups there, okay? No bottles in the car. I had nothing. And knowing me, I can't even aim. Like, you know when you go to the hospital and you have to pee in a cup every time you have the visit. If you had babies, you know. I don't know if they even do that for regular checkers. I don't remember, child. I just feel like I've been pregnant all my life, okay? So anyway, you know where you have to go. And it's probably another embarrassing moment, but you have to go to the bathroom, and it's to a point where I don't know if I'm gonna get some in my hand. Okay, I may or may not. At this point, I don't know, because I can't see. You know, I can't see. I'm just aiming at this point, and I'm doing the best that I can. So I don't know if I'm getting any on my hand, and that's what soap and water is for. Just to be completely honest and real with y'all. That's how I feel. So at this particular point, I didn't even trust having a bottle, because I just know me, and I know that it's all not gonna get in a bottle. I just know that. So I told him to park, open up the 2 doors, and I decided to squat. What I didn't realize was that my position, first of all, I didn't realize that I can't squat like I used to, number one. And I didn't realize that being that I held my pee in for so long, it's a lot and it's explosive, okay? So my positioning when I went down, it was off. Something was real off about it. And I had to go, and I went for a very long time. A very, very long time. By the time I got back up, it was on my legs. It was on my shoes. What was I wearing? I think I was wearing pants. Jeans or something. It was on that too. It was so much, y'all. Oh my gosh. That was so bad. That was so bad. But I had to go. So I had to use the baby wipe, child, for everything. And I had some hand sanitizer to last me till I went back to the hotel, okay? I just couldn't hold it till then. I couldn't hold it. So another thing, speaking of that, I remember one time where I was trying to be a little stripper, a little thought, for my husband. And I kind of passed gas. Child, ruined the whole movie. But to my defense, I was pregnant. Aren't I always? Okay. To my defense, I was, and at this point, when you're pregnant, blame it on everything, child. Things just happen to your body. You have no control over it. That was one thing that happened. But just know we just went to sleep after that. We just went to sleep after that, because that thing was horrible. It was so bad. What else? Then I tried to, I remember after I had Journey, I was going back to work, mind you. I think I told you guys, maybe I didn't. I took a good amount of time off after I had her because I was suffering postpartum. And, I was suffering from postpartum, so I finally ended up getting a position that was going to make really good money. And, but I wasn't ready to go back to work, y'all. So, what's that noise? Ice machine. Okay, so we went and got, what was I saying? So yeah, so I had that job and I had orientation. So I want to think my mom and my sister was watching Journey, and none of my kids wanted to take the bottle. Not a soul. They always were so attached. They gave everyone such a hard time when it came to the bottle. And that's my fault, probably. But they always had trouble. So we would go to a good week. Journey did not take the bottle at all. She just was not having it at all for months. Parker maybe took her maybe a week or two, and Skylar may have taken her a few days. But she didn't want to take the bottle, so she gave my mom a very hard time. Whoever was watching at the time, child, she gave him a very hard time. And I remember them calling and be like, she's not taking this bottle, she's not eating, she keeps crying. And that was like the cue that I needed to go. So I told him, like, I can't do this orientation, so I gotta go. Something wrong with my baby, I gotta go. So I went and got her. They still extended the invitation for me to keep this job and wanted me to start the next day. This happened on a Friday, was orientation. And then that Monday I was supposed to start. So I go and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to just go to this, go home now, but I'll see y'all on Monday. And my mind, my body, everything just wasn't ready. So I tried to pump milk for her and I couldn't get anything. So once I made up in my mind, I wasn't going to take this job. I wasn't going to go on the first day. I got drenched. I filled up so many bottles after I said that, which is crazy. I just knew everything was just mental. But that was embarrassing. Like, it would have been a good job. Child probably would have still been there, okay? I would have probably still been there, okay? Anyway, God's will, right? But that was one thing. So that was very embarrassing. What else I got on my list? Remember the one time I was coming out the house and at this time my husband, well, he still has a Jeep. He's sitting there. My husband's Jeep is like pretty high. The tires are pretty high. And I told you guys, I'm not coordinated. So stuff, I just can't do stuff with ease. Stuff just takes time when it comes with me. And it was these neighbors had these vicious dogs. They were real vicious. And I don't know what they seen in me, but they wanted to attack me. So I'm minding my business, as I do. Oh, people always want to come for me. But anyway, I minded my business. And these dogs came and tried to attack me. So I tried to jump on top of the hood, knowing this car was too high for me. I tried to jump on top. Why did I slide back down? But thank God the neighbor came and took, or maybe it was the son or somebody. They took those beasts. These beasts, okay? Beasts. Is that right? Or beasts plural? I don't know, but they were gone. So me sliding down didn't affect anything, but I could not get on top of that truck. And I thank God that somebody came and rescued me, because they would have had me for dinner. And I just was minding my business. I'm not sure what. Anyway, most recently, I was sleeping. I was exhausted, y'all. I was so exhausted, laying on this couch, counting sheep, all right? Just taking a little after church nap like I usually do after I eat. And that little Skylar, the little baby, she didn't want me to sleep. So every time I would close my eyes, she would slap me in my face. And I would close them again, and she would slap me in my face. And she just kept doing it until I stayed up. So at that point, I just put her on the floor and I said, you go fend for yourself. I'm not watching you. I need to go to sleep. And that's what I did. So, say what you want. Then I have down the one incident. I remember one time I had Marty Twist. Probably like one of my favorite hairstyles was the Marty Twist. And it was time to come out, and I had my mom take it out, but it still had like this nice curl pattern to it. So I wanted her to put it back in as a crochet look. That wasn't really a good idea. It turned out to be a hot mess, to the point where we were on our way to church, but from my mom's house, so it was a good drive, and I'm in the car cutting it out. And I had all these pieces, so I had to go. Thank God I had this old synthetic nappy. No, I'm not even saying nappy. I had this old synthetic wig. It was a little nappy in the back, y'all, because it's synthetic, so it was real nappy in the back. But I had to slide that thing on just to look sensible for church. Because that thing was a mess. I don't know what I did to my hair after that, but I'm not sure why I thought that would be a good idea. But it was horrible. It may have looked okay once I did it, but once I slept in that thing, child, you should have saw me. I looked like Rugrats with the hair. I looked just like that, y'all. Once I started cutting that stuff out, I looked just like that. Just like that. And then the wig didn't really help. The wig did not help. But it was okay for the time being, y'all. But that kitchen was something else. But you wouldn't have been able to see it because it was a big fro. So I made it work. We would have never told. You would have never been able to tell. But now it's just like, oh Jesus. That thing was bad. And then I have one more thing. Because I have about she was trying to not talk to this guy. And let me tell you something about me, y'all. Now I'm trying to make it real quick. I need a heads up. Like I cannot be put on the spot. I'm not that type of girl. I don't do well getting put on the spot. A lot of like 90% of the times I'm not gonna do well with certain things. And I didn't know. So my husband was all for it because I guess he just that stuff just clicks to him. With me, I need some time. Let me digest, let it digest and let me think of some things, So I guess it didn't hint to me that she didn't want to go with him. She didn't want to talk to him. So he was just like, oh yeah, your son is going with his grandmom, right? And they was talking. It was like, yeah, because I have to go pick him up and all this stuff. And I'm looking at them like, I didn't know your son was with her. Blew up the whole thing, y'all. They were so pissed at me. To find out the guy that wanted to talk to her ended up texting my husband, and I just blew the whole cover, y'all. But it just like y'all could have told. It didn't register to me that that's what we were doing. Like, I just need like a nudge, a wink, or something just to let me know this ain't the truth, Other than that, it's just like I'm going right with it, and I just be so clueless, so naive, y'all. But that's all I could think of. I think I covered everything that was in my phone. If not, I can definitely make a part 2. My life is full, okay, full of these moments. All right, and that's what makes it joy and makes it funny. It's funny now, but the time that it happened, I was pissed. Every single time it was pissed. But it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed this fun little video, something different for me, and I feel like I haven't really done content in a while. So I really hope you enjoyed it. I may come back. I'm in the mood now, so I may come back and do another video with the same outfit on, y'all. But if so, I'll see you again. I'll see you soon. If not, I'll see you later. Bye.